They are the men and women who keep the lights on and the world humming. From high in the sky to deep underground and everywhere in between, their electrical work is the backbone of some of the country's most incredible projects. Who are they? What gives them their spark? You're about to find out in Wire to Wire, presented by Ideal Electrical and Ram Commercial.
We're in Palm Springs, California at the Carver Wind Site, surrounded by about 3,500 wind turbines. These wind farms cover approximately 15 square miles. I grew up in this area, and when I was a kid, my grandfather had a mining claim, and we'd come through here on the weekends and drove by the first generations and was always amazed. I always loved mechanics and electrical and hydraulics. It seemed like something I would be good at. It gave me a job, and that's been 25 years in the same 4-mile square. The geographic location lends itself to strong winds coming through the 2 mountain passes right here. I think people are amazed when they come from the city headed east out of Los Angeles, how many turbines, how dense they're packed in here. Most of the rest of the country, they're spread out. It's a little bit different here because we have such a pronounced prevailing wind. They can set them up in a grid pattern to take advantage of that. These particular machines are 65 meters. They're 210, 215 feet. The Statue of Liberty is 150 feet tall, so they would pretty much dwarf those if you put them side by side. The blades are 75 feet per blade, and the 3 blades then, at the angles they sit on the hub, sweep a 47-meter area, and there's about 3,200 feet of cable in each machine. We started our own company about 5 years ago. We specialize in operations and maintenance of wind turbines. If we're called out for an error, we come out and we do a preliminary check at the bottom and decide what we're going to need, and then we load up our tools and drag those up with us. It's either that or we're doing maintenance. It's got a computer inside of each machine, a controller we call it. It's watching the wind speed. So it's constantly trying to put the machine into the oncoming wind. And the processor also knows what it needs to produce electricity. It can judge how steep of an angle of attack it needs to pitch the blades to. But then it watches the RPM of the rotor, and it also watches the RPM of the generator, which is the higher RPM of the turbine. It knows that it needs a certain RPM, just like it needs a certain wind speed. And when it sees it's getting close to that, then it connects the grid electricity. It connects that to the generator, and instead of using electricity, then it produces electricity. These are V47s. They're rated at 660 kilowatts. Potentially every hour it could put out 660 kilowatts of electricity. So in the middle of the night, this thing will probably run 150 houses. In August, when everybody's got the air conditioners on, this thing will probably run 5 or 6 houses, depending on how hard the wind's blowing. There's mandates for how much green energy or renewable energy is supposed to be produced. We're getting better at the wind turbines, and they're getting more efficient, and I'm just glad to be a part of it at the stage we're at now. We should definitely keep pushing towards more and more renewable energy. It's just really gratifying. You get the chance to work on a machine that's having trouble, fix it, and it's pretty impressive that you're the one that got it repaired and now it's back online. It's producing electricity. Nice to see the machine in your rearview mirror when you're driving away.
To check out how Ideal Electrical and Ram Commercial support the trade and to watch more Wire to Wire episodes, visit idealnationals.com. And tune in to the 2019 Ideal National Championship December 15th at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2.